Hey everybody, welcome to Yellow Dog Farm. Well, you know, if you've watched even a few of our videos, you'll see that there's just chickens wandering all over the place. We really enjoy letting them out of the coop and free range wherever they'd like to go. And we've been steadily growing our flock here since we moved into the farm 2 years ago. So we went from just 6 chickens to like 25 chickens, and now we're up to 75. Thanks, Rusty. But the issue is that now the predators are starting to pick them off one at a time. So for a little while there, we had a little over 80 chickens, but they were being picked off one at a time. So we're going to go ahead and build this little run for them. And what that'll do is allow them to come out in the mornings, get out, stretch their legs. Also stop laying eggs in the woods, which is happening a lot. We know we're losing eggs to them just going and laying in different places, and you know, it seems like not a big deal. You just follow them around and find it, but you don't have all day to play chicken detective. So we think this will really help us increase the number of eggs that we get every single day, and it'll keep the chickens safer. So we're coming off of our big coop. I'm getting pecked in the ankle right now. They like it over here because the area is still shaded, so it's getting pretty darn hot here in summertime, so they try to stay in the shade as much as they can. We all do. So I'll take you a quick look at the coop that we started with that is quite small, and then we expanded to the coop that's behind me, and now we're going to build the run off of that coop. So once again, we'll open the door in the morning, let them come out in the run, stretch their legs, and then in the late afternoon, when it's not quite time to roost and they can get out and exercise a little bit, we'll let them out, and then that way they'll be out for just a few hours and then come back and roost. So we think that's the safest thing we can do. Of course, that's our plan starting, and I guarantee you it'll change after the first day we try it. Something will work different and we'll change our minds like we always do, but that's where we're going to start. So we'll start by taking a look at that older coop, looking at the run, and then we'll talk about where we're going to go from here. This is our first coop, and it is just a perfect size for a small flock. We started out with 6 chickens at the home we were in before we moved out here to the farm, and they were quite happy in this coop. They can get up in the box here in the evening or to lay eggs, and then they go ahead and get outside. Diane even had a swing in here for a while for them to play with. So super good. The thing we like about it is the hardware cloth. The chickens can't stick their head out and get it bit off by a predator, and predators can't get in. So even snakes can't usually sneak into the 1/4-inch hole. So works real good. We use it now for all of our baby chicks. So if there's a broody hen or we do have a small group of young chickens, we'll go ahead and put them in here and let them get to a large enough size to go into the big coop. All right, this is our big coop. It can handle the 75 to 80 chickens we have, no problem. We've got a bunch of roost bars in there, and we've got 9 nest boxes. We're going to put in another 3 as we have some juvenile chickens that are just starting to lay. So that'll give plenty of room for them to lay. And now we'll just take a quick look at how we're expanding off there for this chicken run. So you can see the door to the coop that we have for the chickens right there. So they'll be able to come out in the mornings. It's about 9 feet wide. And then the near end here, right here, is about 6 feet tall, and then the other end is 5 feet. So we've gone ahead and put each of the sides for the run in, so I'll just pan down there. It's 8 sections long, so 56 feet long. Each of these panels, it almost looks like a fence construction right now, doesn't it? Each is 8 feet wide, so all pressure treated lumber. It'll stay here for a good long time. Today we're going to put the final pieces of the sides on, and we're going to get the hardware cloth up so that we can let the chickens run around in here and they're safe. And then we'll run out and buy rafters, and we'll just run a single pitch roof from the 6-foot side to the 5-foot side, and we'll just put the low cost fiberglass panels that we have on the small coop. And we're going to go down with the roof about halfway, and then the other half we're going to leave open. And then this is the this long side here is the west side of the coop, and it does get an awful lot of sun in the afternoon. So we'll probably put some kind of a sunshade up on the side here as well, so that the covered area is nice and shaded and they can stay cool. Because, you know, these chickens got to stay spoiled. Can you hear them singing the I'm laying an egg song? It's making me a little bit crazy. But anyway, we've got our niece and nephew here, and they've been helping us get this put together. And they've really done most of the work themselves, so I'm really impressed. They've done really good. So just a few more boards along the side, and we'll go ahead and get that hardware cloth up and start protecting these chickens. Well, it got so hot yesterday that we stopped at finishing off the door to the run. I mean, it was really super hot. I'm going to guess it was 95, and with the heat index it was 103. So we just buttoned up right after lunch and went and got lumber for the project, but that was about it. The big deal, you saw us working on the door a little bit yesterday, and it's all done now. Just a simple frame. We'll go ahead and put hardware cloth on it here and put a little stop on it so it closes nicely. But that's all done, and now we're just going to get going on this hardware cloth. Hopefully we can get a bunch of it on before the sun really starts baking. Whether we do or not, we're going to finish up and getting some in the cool inside. It's really going hot here. Well, we gave it up for the day after we got the first row down. It's quite a little wrestling match to get this stuff in there and taken care of, but you can see Miss Buttercup checking it out. I think it'll work great once we get it done. We're going to build probably like a little pedestal for the top roll to sit on so that we can pull it down along here as we do the fence, because those hardware cloth rolls are pretty darn heavy. So that way we won't have to sit there and wrestle with it. We'll be able to just roll it down and then tension it as we go. We found that the best way to get tension on it was to take two 2x4s, go in vertical, and then screw them through the fence, and you can pull on the hardware cloth, and that seemed to work pretty good. So we're done for the day. We'll get back at it tomorrow morning when we're back in the shade.